What's up, Instagram? I'm Kimmer.
I'm Chanoa.
This girl right here, Chanoa, has been reading Game of Thrones for I don't know how long. I think she just started, but she's going to tell you a little bit about it, what she's like thinking that's exciting about it, and hopefully get me to read it. Which
You should. It's worth it.
okay, why is it worth it?
Well, as with every book, TV, movie series, whatever, the book is so much better than the TV show. The TV show, don't get me wrong, is probably one of my favorite ones ever. But after reading this book, everything just it makes so much more sense and it flows together and you get so much more of the characters. It's amazing.
Okay, yeah. So tell me then, like, what are you getting out of it? That's more. Like you told me you like the descriptive writing that's in it. What's different between this and like Akotar and other books that you've read? Like, why does that stand out for you?
Well, specifically what I noticed in this book that I haven't noticed before is that he uses brilliant imagery to take up space when something else that's not super exciting is happening. So, someone's being beheaded. That's exciting. That makes you want to keep reading. But if, we're eating dinner, we're talking, then he uses really vibrant imagery to make it come to life.
Okay, so do you have an example? Like, show me what's that like? Like, what's that?
All right, I got a couple for you.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
I'm waiting. I'm on my toes. I can't wait. I love Game of Thrones, so if there's a reason for me to get into it.
It's really worth it.
There's a reason for me to get into it. Then I'm intimidated by the size.
I know, it seems intimidating, but it went by really fast so far.
What you got, girl? You don't have this already marked out?
I failed it. All right, you ready for this? All right, so this right now is the scene where the Hound is walking Sansa back. So, his fingers held her jaw as hard as an iron trap. His eyes watched hers, drunken eyes, sullen with anger. She had to look. The right side of his face was gaunt, with sharp cheekbones and a gray eye beneath a heavy brow. His nose was large and hooked, his hair thin, dark. He wore it long and brushed it sideways, because no hair grew on the other side of that face. The left side of his face was a ruin. His ear had been burned away. There was nothing left but a hole. His eye was still good, but all around it was a twisted mass of scar, slick black flesh, hard as leather, pocked with craters and fissured by deep cracks that gleamed red and wet when he moved. Down by his jaw, you could see a hint of bone where the flesh had been seared away. Sansa began to cry. He let go of her then and snuffed out the torch in the dirt. No pretty words for that, girl?
Dang.
He seems so much scarier in this book. In the show, I felt like they almost made you pity him a little bit. Not in this book. He is scary in this book.
That description of him was extremely vivid. Like, my eyes popped. Like, that was actually, yeah, that was in it. I don't know if that's so much descriptive writing is when something's...
Yeah, that scene wasn't more of a not as exciting scene, but I just couldn't pass up that imagery there.
Yeah, that's a great description. Yeah, there's like, it really makes you visualize like what he looks like, and it's disgusting.
And it shows her point of view from it too, how disgusted and terrified she is of it.
Yeah, and she should be. He's much more, it sounds like, damaged than he was in the movies or the show or whatever the hell.
Exactly, he's so much scarier.
Yeah, looking.
Well, no. Yes and no. Yes, he's scarier looking, but he's a scarier person in this book.
I bet you. I heard that the Game of Thrones book is
darker.
Way darker than what they portrayed so far in the show, or I guess show's over. So what they portrayed in the show, I heard it's way darker. Dark stuff.
Alrighty.
Good job. That was a good descriptive writing. That was crazy.
I know.
Yeah, the bubbling blackness.
I know, the
bone.
wet. Ooh.
The wet, yeah.
Yeah, that one got me. I was like, ooh.
That's
doesn't
good.
seem clean.
Cool. Well, the reason so I'm glad you did this. I love analyzing writing that's like that pulls you into the story and really gives you something that you remember. Because I think that's the most important part of being a writer is making sure that the reader
is engaged.
That they remember. Something that you read that you're like, oh, I remember that.
Sticks with you. It makes an impression.
Is a huge, it inspires imagery in your mind. and it stays there. That'll stay there. That was I'll never forget. Like I've never read any of that book, but what you just read,
Gross.
I won't forget it. Cool. I think that covered that.